Mossler. I sit on the growth team at Waze, and that means I look over new markets that we're looking to launch and make it exciting for consumers to understand what Waze does. We work with great brands all over the world, and I also oversee how we talk to our customers and let them know what's happening with us every month. What most people don't know is that we have 200,000 volunteers all over the world who help work on our map every night. And so as you drive, you're helping build the map by confirming how fast you're going. That reports back to Waze and helps route other people through traffic. But at night, when we have new housing developments or in emerging countries where there's a lot of construction happening, it's really important that someone local in that country will update the map accordingly. So in an average month in South Africa, we're looking at 10 million kilometers driven while having Waze open on the phone. And so if you think about it, every single kilometer that someone's driving, we then know how fast they're going. We know if that road is a two-way street or one-way. We know if the road is closed, and we also know if they upload any information such as accidents or severe traffic or weather. So every single time someone gets in the car, our map is getting a little stronger, and adoption in South Africa has been fantastic. We think that we have a long way to go, and once you have maybe 5% of connected drivers in a city, we're really being able to move cars around in specific patterns and help them leave earlier when they go to work, for example, and that may be a way we could help fight congestion. We always take users' safety and security incredibly seriously. We know that if we lose a user, then the map is not going to be as strong as if we gained 1 or gained 10. So we always need to be thinking through how a consumer would want us to take care of their information. That means that the information that we store is anonymous. That means that we take a look at traffic data such as an accident or a police report. That's what gets saved to the map, and that's stored for 30 days. But we don't keep records of where you've traveled. We don't have a way to look into your account and know where you've been, and that's just not, it doesn't interest us, and it's not something we feel the need to do. So Waze has a Connected Citizens program. It launched at the end of 2014, and already we have almost 30 partners around the world. And this is everything from law enforcement to departments of transportation to municipal cities on the whole. And we're sharing that publicly available information within the app, things like accidents or repeat incidents of potholes in a city. That information then is actionable, and it allows the city to look at a very broad scale and say what's happening on our roads and where. And we know from city partners that that's something they really haven't had access to before, that information of context. You may know that there's traffic, but why? And so we're sharing that data with governments, and they're also sharing that information back with us, which in turn makes our map stronger. One of my favorite things about Waze is that it's really the people's map. And what I mean by that is we have an army of volunteers who are constantly working to make sure the map is as updated as possible. And traditionally, we don't have a choice about where we get our map data as citizens. And if you live in a rural area, if there's a pothole on your street, it's important to you, and you want to know that it'll be fixed, and you want other neighbors to know. However, it may not be at the top of a priority for a large corporate mapping company. And so with Waze, you have the ability to work together with other citizens and make sure everyone stays safe, out of dangerous traffic, and out of bad weather. And so we really sort of call on citizens in each country to learn how to edit the map, to tell their neighbors about the platform, and to make sure that it's as updated as possible so that we really are all fighting traffic together. So looking ahead, the world is a really big place, and we've got to make sure that that map is as accurate as possible. And so we have a lot of ground to cover. Africa is a new territory for us, and South Africa, the involvement and the passion has just been tenfold what we've seen in some of our other cities. And so we're really excited to see how adoption continues to grow. It's important that we continue to work with governments and make sure that we're making our map smarter, and we're giving back to these communities. You know, drivers are so generous to help us build the map and give us pieces of data that we can then turn around to help make cities more efficient.